It is the 10th of February, and I want to welcome you back to the Black Sunite Buddhists. I have a question for you. Why is it that people just do not want to see the truth? Why? Now, you notice I didn't say they can't, but what I do say is they don't want to. And I want to know why. I really do. People, how should I say? People have a problem seeing things for what they are. I've noticed this. I really, really have. They don't want to see things for how it is. They want to see things for what they want it to be. Sort of at the beginning of this week, I had a viewer whom I respect start asking me some questions. And this viewer told me straight, why is it you say the Bible's so messed up, but yet you use the Bible? And I told him straight. I use the Bible to show people how false it is, and at the same time to show them how they're not even living up to what it is the Bible says. So why use it? Why claim that's your holy book? He kind of understood that. And see, he comes basically from a Catholic background, and he cannot get over the supposed apparitions of Mary. He cannot get over the fact that, anything about Jesus. And I mean, he said, he understands the church's Jesus is false. He understands that. But the true Christ is God. And I told him he's a fool. And I said, you honestly believe that Christ is God? Yes, I do, he said. And I said, so the creator of all, the God of all, came to earth as a man and was killed by his own creation. God actually died. It's been probably almost 3 days. I haven't heard anything back from him. Whether he's looking up ways to try and explain this, I don't know. But see, it's not just Christians. Buddhists. Oh my God. When you look at Buddhism today, I am telling you straight, this is not the Buddhism taught by Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha said, within 500 years of my death, you will not recognize my teachings, for they will have changed them. And it's true. It's true. When you look at Buddhism today, you see this watered down, selfish, parasitical type religion. It's a hippie religion, if I have to put it that way. Love and peace, peace and love and peace. Oh, let's sit down and meditate for hours and hours and hours. Let's read the sutras and let's put flowers in our hair and let's wear these yellow or orange colored robes. Let's shave our head. And let's just love everyone. Love, love, love. Peace, peace, peace. And people think this is what Buddhism is. But see, people never do their homework. They would rather have someone tell them what to think. I mean, seriously. They want people to tell them what to think. They want people to tell them what to believe. Do you realize the Buddha came from the Kshatriya class in India? He was a fucking warrior. Everyone, oh, well, his father was a king. No, he wasn't. His father was a warlord who ruled a certain part of the country for the king. So if you want to call him a king, that's fine. But either way, he was a warlord. Shakyamuni Buddha trained as a warrior. He learned how to kill. He ate meat. He had sex. He was married. He had a son. But see, no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about his true teachings. He taught his monk followers, if someone offers you food out of the kindness of their heart, even if it's meat, sit down and eat it with them. Don't shun it. Be grateful for it. And I'll tell you what, he taught how to kill. You know, I've seen Buddhist monks pull off some things that I've never seen any other type of monk do. They have such control over their minds and their bodies. They have such discipline. Now, I'm not saying every Buddhist monk, I'm talking certain orders, certain sects. I mean, how Buddhist monks can go up into the Himalayas with nothing but a loincloth around their genitals and their ass and have a thin sheet wrapped around the top of their body. And they can spend the night outside when it's 20, 30, 40 below zero or more. And when they wake up in the morning, the snow around them has melted. And yet they're warm. They're so warm that steam is rising off of them. And they spent all night outside. And yet the people testing them had the latest winter clothes, the latest winter gear, and they were freezing. And these monks are basically naked, except for a loincloth and a very thin sheet wrapped around them. No shoes, no socks, no pants, no shirt, nothing on their head. Let's see a Christian monk go do this. He'd be dead within the hour. He'd freeze to death. I would love to see a Hindu monk go do this. But yet it's the Buddhist monks that do this. Why? How is it they have such control? Because they follow the true teachings of the Buddha. That's why. You know, when you look at the Shaolin priests of China, Shaolin monks, these motherfuckers trained to kill. They fought in wars to defend the emperor and his kingdom. They killed people. They took the life of their enemies. And not once did they ever talk about guilt. Why? Shaolin priests and monks eat meat. They don't advertise it, but I'll tell you what they do. They eat meat. Because it gives them strength that they would never have if they didn't. They're one of the few that get to eat meat because they're warriors. Where did their teachings come from? Their Chan Buddhism, which in Japan is known as Zen Buddhism. It came from a man named Bodhidharma. He had many names. One of the main ones was the Tripitaka Dharma Master. When he came from India to China, he saw how weak the monks were mentally, physically. They couldn't even do the long hours of meditation and prayer. So he developed the Lohan system, Kung Fu, and he taught it to them. He learned it from nature, so they say. Where did he actually learn it from? Oh, that's right. Bodhidharma was a Kshatriya from India. He was a warrior, the same clan that Shakyamuni came from. Same fucking clan. He was a warrior, and let me tell you something else. He was a sorcerer. He knew how to perform magic. He's the one who gave the Shaolin their system. He's the one who disciplined them, taught them these things, and it just progressed from there. Isn't it amazing? See, Bodhidharma is known as the second Buddha. That's how important he is. He lived his life primarily in southern India. He himself belonged to the Sardili royal family. And this was about 1,000 years after the first Buddha, or what they call the first Buddha, Shakyamuni. His father was a king. And see, Bodhidharma actually encountered Shakyamuni Buddha's original teachings. And he immediately saw that there was a truth in Lord Buddha's words. So he gave up his position as a prince and he started training. Bodhidharma was also called the true Maha, or the Great Spirit. See, all these great people, all these masters of Buddhism were killers. They were fucking killers. And nothing's changed, except for, especially here in the West. Here in the West, I told you, it's a hippie religion. It's not that way in the East. You know, when my father was alive, my father lied about his age and went to the army during the Korean War. He spent 3 years, his first 3 tours, in Korea. He was on a killing squad. When the Korean War ended, he went to Japan and he lived in a monastery over on Mount Fuji. One of his best friends, whom everyone called Teddyko, he was Japanese, he lived at the monastery. Well, they accepted my father into that monastery. He didn't live there the rest of his life, but he lived there for a couple of years. In this monastery, which was Buddhist, it was Zen Buddhist, they practiced a little style known as Shirinji Kempo. Now, see, Shirinji Kempo, and if you don't know what this is, Shirinji Kempo is the Japanese version of Shaolin. Now, this art was actually put together in 1947. Doshin So is the one who created this. He was a practitioner who studied very, very different styles of martial arts under different masters, and he put them all together. Because he realized the martial arts can cultivate confidence, courage, mutual respect, cooperation. And I quote what he says here. Okay. Doshin So said, if society is managed by humans, then the only true peace is to come from nurturing kindness, courage, and a sense of justice among as many people as possible. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds real good. He started a university. Number one, you had to be Buddhist to go to this university. Plus, you had to be a black belt in Shorinji Kempo, which means you had to go to another teacher before you could even think of joining this university. Amazing, isn't it? Once again, you have to know martial arts. You have to. See, Doshin Sho, or So, after long hours of meditation, he realized that, how should I put it? He realized that it would have to be the young people who need to receive proper education that's going to build the future of Japan. So Doshin So started preaching on the ideal figure of a nation, moral principles, especially for youth. And yet young people didn't care. They didn't give a shit about his lectures. And this bothered him. He was actually agonized over this. You know, one night he had a dream, and in this dream, and when he talked about this, he said he had a revelation that inspired him. He said Bodhidharma appeared to him in a dream. And in this dream, Doshin So tried to run up to Bodhidharma, but Bodhidharma went away. Kept showing him his back. And waking up from this dream, Doshin So, he recalled a painting, well, not a painting, a mural that he had once seen when he was in China. And this mural was portraying monks who were practicing the lessons that Bodhidharma was believed to have instituted, to invent. It depicted Indian and Chinese monks who were practicing boxing in pairs. So this dream impressed upon him to realize that spiritual education is not enough when it comes to training the youth to build the future of the country. So he organized the martial arts and invented this Shorinji Kempo. And he started teaching it to the young people. And he started a university, as I said before. And you have to be a black belt and a Buddhist to enter this. Why am I telling you all this? Because as usual, Doshin So, who in developing this martial art would go against criminals and bandits and thieves that roamed different cities of Japan to prove that these techniques worked. And he beat them all. This is history. This is fact. He beat them all. He drove criminals out of the towns, out of the cities. Literally. No one wanted to go up against him. He was deadly. And see, this is the point to what I'm telling you. A true Buddhist can deal with evil. A true Buddhist can deal with criminals. Because a true Buddhist is equipped with the skills to deal with it. Isn't it amazing when you look at the teachings of Jesus? Jesus tells you in the New Testament, do not resist evil. Those are his exact words. Do not resist evil. And then we wonder why we have crime the way we do. I mean, oh my God. The crime is just out of fucking control anymore. And I'll tell you what, the police have such a fucking bad name that they're scared to do anything that they're supposed to do. And you could thank the bad cops for that. The good ones will pay for it. We have people tearing up our cities, burning down buildings, killing people, raping. And you know who's paying for it? The innocent. The innocent are paying for it. The innocent. And see, this is something I'm trying to change with the Black Sunnite Buddhists. See, we follow the Black Sun, hence we're called Black Sunnites. We follow the teachings of the Black Sun. We practice sorcery. We practice the dark arts of magic. But we also practice the martial arts. And see, we don't practice sport martial arts. Black Lotus is not a sport martial art. It's used to kill or to maim so you can survive. So while you have these passive fucking Christians who have no problem sending their sons, daughters, husbands, wives off to war in countries that have never actually done anything to us, these same people that don't mind the war are the same people sitting here with their thumbs up their asses going, how do we handle the crime? How do we handle this? Well, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And Jesus said, if someone slaps you, turn the other cheek. And he also said not to resist evil. They've turned this country into a passive fucking piece of shit. But see, Bodhidharma, he taught an eightfold path, just like Shakyamuni. But this is the way he put the eightfold path. Number one, try to know truth. Number two, resist evil. Resist evil. There you go, right there. Number two. Now, see, he would teach people, you don't just deliberately go out and hurt somebody. The martial arts are for you to grow as a person, to have confidence, and all these other qualities develop in you. But if you need to, you can defend yourself or you can defend some other innocent person or property. You'll have the skills to resist evil. You'll have the skills to resist those who perpetrate evil. See, this is something we don't have in the West. Oh, yeah, we have guns, but most people won't use them because the people who use them are the ones who go to jail. It's not the criminals that fucking go to jail. It's those who are defending themselves that go to jail. And you want to know why? Because we got political fucking attorneys, DAs. They say it stands for district attorney. I say it stands for fucking dumbass. They have their own special little political goals. Most of them are funded by George Soros anyway. So they let the criminal out and they arrest the person who was defending themselves. But see, how in the fuck do you deal with evil if you don't have the skills? Are you going to stand there and tell the guy raping your wife, please, mister, please don't rape my wife. I'll give you $20 if you just stop. Where's the humanity? Is that what you're going to be like? What about someone molesting your kid? Are you going to look at him and say, well, you know, what you did was wrong, but damn it, I guess the Lord will have to take vengeance on you. Is that what you're going to do? You're going to beg for your life every fucking time some fucking idiot, Tom, Dick, or Harry fucking pulls a knife on you and says, give me your fucking money? Money you worked for? No, you have to have the skills. You could ask some of my students how I am. They don't want to fuck with me. They've seen what I can do. Just like I wouldn't want to fuck with my teacher. I know what he can do. He'd lay me out in a second. I'm not the biggest badass in town. I can defend myself adequately. I can kill. I don't want to, but I can. And let me tell you something, I will. That doesn't take away from what I believe about peace or about love. But see, there's two types of love on this fucking planet. You have actual love, and then you have the fake love. This fake perverted love. It feels like love. Oh, it'll deceive the fuck out of you. And that's what most everyone goes by is this fake perverted love. If you truly love your neighbor, protect them. But you have to have the skills to protect them. You can teach love and peace. You can teach all this. But to have love and peace, you better fucking know how to make war. It's a dichotomy. It's an oxy fucking moron. It's like saying military intelligence. It's like saying politician and the word truth in the same sentence. It doesn't fit together because politicians are fucking liars. Every one of them. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. They're fucking liars. It's a soap opera. Excuse me, my throat's dry. It's time to start seeing things for what they are. It's time to say, if you follow Buddha, follow the true fucking teachings. Learn what they are. Learn the martial arts. Learn how to take care of yourself, your family. It's that simple. You cannot deal with evil people without having the skill. Because I'll tell you what, evil, they don't have a limit to what they'll do. Whereas they look at these righteous, passive pussies and say, oh, see, there's only so far they'll go. See, they know in prison, if they do go to prison, they know they'll be out in a short time. And if not, they'll be with their own kind, learning how to be worse than what they were when they went in. See, I don't know why they ever said that prison was run by the Department of Correction. They don't correct anyone, they just make you worse. And they come out fucking animals. Well, you better be a bigger animal to deal with them. Because they're not going to give a flying fuck about you or your family. They're going to rape your fucking wife. They're going to kill your fucking kids as well as you. See, to truly be a spiritual person, this may sound stupid. To truly be spiritual, you better know how to fucking do these things, how to kill, how to defend yourself, how to defend others. See, the evil people, they look at righteous people and say, you're fucking pussies. Because righteous people sit there and go, well, no, I'm going to let the authorities handle this. I'm going to let God deal with you. And of course, the Buddhists, well, oh my God, you're racking up karma. See, these monks, when they kill people, you want to know why they don't feel guilty? Because they've removed evil from the earth. And they pray for those whom they've taken lives from. And they pray that they will be reincarnated into a better form so that they're not like this anymore. That's a part of their spiritual or their vows of a bodhisattva. They want everyone to hit enlightenment. Look at things for what they are. Take responsibility and stop this fucking pussy ass bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. The days are coming soon when it's going to be complete fucking anarchy in the streets. This is what the elite want. They've watered down the religions. They've taken the aggressiveness out of males. Hell, they made you equal with a fucking woman. And we're not equal. Not physically, not mentally. That may piss some women off, but I'm sorry. You were not built to be a man. And a man was not built to be a woman. And I'm sorry, all this transgender bullshit, I'm not going for it. But that's for another time. You better learn to deal with evil. You better learn that the day may come where you will have to take a life. It's kill or be killed. The days are coming. Now, wouldn't it be nice if everyone was skilled in this? Do you know what criminals would do? Not only if the righteous people all carried guns, but even if they didn't, the righteous could use anything as a weapon and literally just kick the fucking shit out of these people. You know what criminals would they be like? Criminals would be like, fuck that. I'm not getting my ass beat again. I'm offering classes. Yes, you have to pay for them. I don't do this shit for free. You want to learn to defend yourself? Come to the temple. Email me if you live in Southern California. Even if you don't, email me. There's ways of training long distance. And yes, you got to pay for it, but I'll tell you what, you're going to get everything that you paid for. I guarantee you that. Look at things for what they are, people. Stop being this religious pussy shit. You want to be religious? Go be religious by yourself somewhere. But if you truly want to be righteous and spiritual, learn how to deal with evil. Learn how to use magic to curse these fuckers. And learn the martial arts. Make them pay when they try to touch you, your wife, your kids. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. And I'll tell you what, I've got a 100% track record. I warned about COVID before it hit. I told you things were coming, a sickness. I warned about it. I warned that things were going to start happening in Israel, and they are. I warned about the crime. I've been right pretty much so far about everything I've said. Well, I'm telling you now, there's more shit coming. And I know I'm not the only one who knows this. I'm not the end all be all to anything. I'm pretty much a nothing. But I was right, and I've been right. Learn to be spiritual and learn how to be tough, strong mentally, physically, and spiritually. Learn the fact that you don't need to feel guilty for taking the life of some fucking asshole criminal who's going to fucking rape your wife or who's going to fucking cut your fucking throat. It's kill or be killed. And I'm sorry. You know what? Deal with the criminal when you have to, and then later on deal with the courts. If you sit there and wait for the police, they're not going to come defend you. They're going to come and trace out the fucking position of your body because you're dead. Plain and simple. To be truly spiritual is to be violent when you have to be. Spirituality is an embodiment of violence. You don't believe me? You better start looking for what's real. This passive bullshit has done nothing but fuck up this world. Follow the true teachings of Buddha. Hell, look at what Jesus said. On one point, Jesus told him, don't take a sword or a purse or anything with you. But on the other hand, he told them, if you don't have a sword, take everything you have, sell it, get the money, and go buy one because you're going to need it. And then he told them in the Garden of Gethsemane, bring all them who do not want me to reign over them. Bring them before me and slay them. So don't tell me that Jesus taught peace and love. He told you straight, I didn't come to bring peace. I came to bring a sword and division. I came to bring hatred. You truly want to be holy? Learn how to take a life. And learn how to do it with your bare hands and feet. Well, I guess I've given you enough now. We'll call it a night. Think about what I've said, though. Think about what I've said. You can email me at mysticalhermit@gmail.com. You want to learn martial arts? You want to learn the true martial arts? Not sport, street martial arts. You let me know. Have a good night. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon.